Well, look what arrived out of the blue. It is a 6-inch universal motorcycle screen. It's your Android Auto CarPlay device for your motorcycle. It was sent to me by CARABC. I haven't heard of them before. I did a bit of research, and they are another player along with Carpuride, Podofo, Aoocci, and a bunch of others. So they've sent me this, which is cool. It is interesting because it has a set of cameras, again, video cameras front and back, and it has a fairly high resolution camera, 60 frames per second. It also comes with tire pressure monitors. So I'm looking forward to giving that a go. What I like the most about it is it's got this, if you can see here, it's got a lock. So you can attach it to the cradle and you can lock it so that it can't be taken off easily. And that's the first one I've seen that does that. So I'm looking forward to giving that a go, having a play, and we will install it on the bike and see what we think. Alright, so I've hooked it all up to a battery. This battery, by the way, was completely dead, could not be charged. In fact, have you ever seen such a low voltage on a battery ever? Let me show you. 9.9 volts. I've never seen such a bad battery. Anyway, the new battery is, well, it's charging, so it's a 14.74, but it's in the 12s, upper 12s, so it should be good enough. And click in and see what happens. Yep, comes straight on. That's nice. CARABC, CARABC. Okay, so here we go. Immediately, what I like about this is the fact that it's like a dashboard. It's got your speed, it's got your compass, not that that's too important, I'll be honest. And it's got the tire pressure monitor right there. So I haven't connected it up. I'm going to do it now just to see if it works, because I used to have a remote tire pressure monitor and I wasn't impressed. It was a Temu special. So there's CarPlay, there is cameras, to go and look at your cameras. I haven't set those up either, so there's nothing there. I'll put them on now. There's your settings, and then this is your display. I quite like this. It is the display brightness. I don't have that on my Carpuride as easily accessible as that. So right now, I'm feeling very positive about this little device. Okay, so first interesting thing with the tire pressure monitor. Here they are. And I've looked really carefully and I can't see which one is front and which one is back. There's no labeling on it. So I guess that's going to be a 50-50, and then I'll do them one by one and see and change them. The other ones that I tried are very clearly labeled rear wheel and front wheel. Okay. So there's nothing here. Maybe they need to be initialized. I don't know. Let's look at the settings. Yep, both of them have registered. Great. So let's go back and see if we have tire pressure. We do. 35.4 in the front and 41.4 at the back, which is very, very close to my 36.42 PSI. So I'm really happy with that. That's actually a really, if nothing else, I really enjoy the unit just for that. Let's put on the cameras next. So, see, it says recording, so I'm assuming that that's automatic. Let's just go to ding. There you go. Both of them, front and back, just like that. That is awesome. I'll just point them at the garage door for now. Okay, something else I've confirmed is that it does charge off USB. It's a setting that I found. So let's just give that a go. There you go. CARABC, or CARABC. Boom. And I just want to see how long it takes to get onto my CarPlay, my Android Auto, sorry, because that's normally the big issue, is you want it to be as quick as possible. You're on the bike, you're now started, you're now moving down the road. How long will it take before I'm now in CarPlay mode? So there we go. I'll measure how long that took, and let's compare it to the Carpuride. 3, 2, 1. On. I think it came on at about, I don't know, 39 seconds? Don't know. still in my pocket, so there should be no difference. There we go, it's connected. And let's see how long it takes for the display to come up. And there we go. Okay, how does that compare? Right, so first things first, in order to install this, I'll just take off the windshield, and I'll just have to figure out how the brackets on my printed one work. Hopefully that little thing there will line up the holes. Otherwise, because I don't want to put it on the bar. Okay, so windshield off. This bracket I bought specifically to hold the Carpuride. I'll just have to untangle it, take it off, and have a good look. Okay, I got the bracket off, and I've got the Carpuride off, and that's what I'm working with. So hopefully whatever I get with the CARABC is going to fit. If you have a look, you can see there's a different gloss index on these things. The Carpuride is definitely glossier. So we have 64 gigs of RAM. That's more than enough. I would probably pop in a 32 or a 64 myself, which I thought I would be using, but I don't need to. It comes on board. So that's worth noting. The other thing is that it says over here, it's got 2 gigs of DDR3 RAM inside, so that'll be interesting to see how it performs. But also it says the video is 1080p. 1080p front and back. Okay, I have taken off as much as I think I need to, so I can get behind the panel, so I can feed the wires down for the front camera over here. It always looks terrible when you take your bike apart, and I might need to take this panel off, obviously the seat, in order to route the cables to the back, and I'm planning on, it's not as easy as my GS. I'm probably going to put it here and build it up with a little bit of putty. The list of things coming off the bike continues to grow. Okay, good news. I have a simplification for at least the power cable. Here is the Carpuride cable that I modified. I basically chopped it short, put on 2 connectors, and connected it to the switched power supply, which I then modified the terminal points for. You can see it just behind there. There's one red one sticking out. That's switched power, so I don't have to run anything to the battery. Yes, I literally only need that length, so I can save myself all of this by just cutting it short there, on the assumption that inside here it's literally just those 3. It's a bit of a risk. Okay, so there we have it. I've just popped it on. It's screwed in fairly easily, and there we go. It looks like a BMW connector, doesn't it? I wonder if it works with BMW. Interesting. Okay, I've done a bit of a test fit, and it just fits. It is touching the windshield, so I would expect there'll be some abrasion and some scratching happening there. I do have the ability on this bracket to lower it, but when I lower it, it's going to go over the dashboard, the dash, which I don't want. At the moment, it's already quite low in comparison to the Carpuride. But let me just get on the bike, then you can see. Okay, so that's a very cool aspect. Perfect. One, the other. Problem is, in order to lock it, you have to push this little knobby in. Okay, and then you have to get a key to unlock it. So the only way to get it out is to remove the windshield. I'll just push that little thing in. It's then locked. It can't be taken off. It can't be pulled off, so it can't be stolen without a lot of work, without taking off 4 bolts and having the key, or taking those 2 bolts. You've got to take off 6 bolts to run away with it. I think that's a fair risk. I'm happy with that. They certainly give you a lot of cable. It's a hell of a lot of cable. I suppose they have to cater for Rocket 3s and big Harley Davidsons. I don't need all of this. First, let's see if I can take them all the way to the back. So it's going to require me just to take off that one, pop it out, Okay, we've hit a snag. I don't see how to attach the cameras to the bike. Normally you get like a bracket that you then stick to the bike. But I've got lots of brackets, but there's no bracket to attach the bullet cameras to the frame. I've looked everywhere just in case I dropped them, but I haven't. I might have to go back to the unboxing and have a look. That'll be a shame. Okay, so I've sent a message to the supplier. I don't know what the story is with the camera mounts. I checked the website. They very clearly have little foot brackets, which is what I'm used to and what I've used before. I think maybe they were just left out. So I'm sure they'll send. I'm not going to proceed with the cameras right now. It's an optional extra. It's nice. I'll wait for the brackets. I'll wait and see what they say. I don't want to take the ones off my GS. I had a quick look through all of my stuff, and I've got lots of brackets like that for bullet spotlights and things, but nothing fits. Yes, got it right. Perfect. Okay, so there we go. We will take it for a little spin. My tire pressures are all working. Okay, it came up very quickly. And to be honest, now it's just a device, right? It's like all the others. What's important is how does the touch work. These gloves are supposed to be connect, let's see. Yep. Mine is click there. Yep. Responds nicely. Maps. Now immediately this is not quite the right angle. Let's turn it down just a little bit. Doesn't seem to be able to turn. Okay, off we go. Okay, so the main thing I'm watching over here is how quickly the device responds. If there's a lag, how smooth it is. Yep, it looks fairly smooth. Also, no problem with the reflection at this stage. In a way, I'll bring my Carpuride next time and just temporarily mount it next door. Also, the other main thing that I really wanted to test was the opening speedometer dashboard, which I thought was quite cool. So the way to get to that is touch that, touch it again. Yay, that's the most important thing. Touch works. There we go, I'm doing 60. Interesting to see the difference. Pretty close. And there's my my air pressure, 36.6 and 42.6 has gone up about a bar already. So yes, I possibly could just drop this down like so, and now I know my speed without having to look at my main camera, although I lose the map because I don't really have the map. So still, I'm loving it. I forgot to put my earphones in, my earplugs. I'm suffering as a result. Ooh, no, too loud. Remind me to put my earplugs in if I play music. Yowza. Let's talk about the device before I go for a quick shop. The fact that it comes with tire pressure monitors and with cameras, although I haven't installed the cameras, is a big plus. The performance seems to be acceptable. Certainly doesn't feel like there's any jittering, stuttering. It feels quite smooth, which is great. It looks nice. The reflection doesn't seem to be a problem. I obviously will need to do a longer test because you can't just test on one quick ride. That would be insulting to the watcher, to the viewer. But so far, pretty good. Let's go back, exit. I am most excited about the fact that it has got a detachable
bracket, which reminds me very much of the BMW one. Put my finger in there, turn it to the right, pull it out. I have locked it, and as you know, I can't take it off because I have to take off the windshield to unlock it. And that's okay, because that means anybody else is going to struggle. But if I need to take it for some reason, or I'm really worried, you know, it takes 2 minutes to take the windshield off and then take it off. And that's got nothing to do with it. That's just the characteristics of the Ninja 1000. It's not a cheap one. I'll have to go and do the comparison with the Carpuride and put the numbers up. But I don't think it's cheap. I think it's 500, 600 New Zealand dollars. So it's not in the $200 and $300 range that, you know, tends to be affordable enough just to buy it and see. This is a investment. But it seems to be a worthwhile investment from what I can see. And I think I'm going to keep it. We'll see what the cameras look like and how they operate. That's the main thing.